Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Candace Smith, and this is Fat Talk. I am so excited to present this new segment called Off the Rack to you all. This is the opportunity to share with you the designers in the plus size community that are presenting their work for you. You guys are always asking me, where are the boutiques? Where are the designers? Where are the people that's making clothes for plus size women? Well, here you go. And I am so excited today to present to you House of Solana, presented by Sasha Walton. Sasha, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I'm excited to meet you. I shared a few of your designs the other day, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I'm glad to be able to talk with you today. What inspired you to start designing?
Um, well, it all actually started with modeling as well since I was 7 when I was watching Tyra on Victoria's Secret. And I wanted to be a model, but I didn't see, like size mattered at that time. So,
Right.
as I started growing up and started really, like my parents, they're really like classy and, like flashy dressers. And my mom always had the sparkly shoes and the dress. And, my dad always had something to match. So I got that spunk from them. And then also just going into stores, I'm just like, where's the fashion? Everything was
Right.
always frumpy. Everything was like Kmart with a cat on it. And that's not how I wanted to dress. So,
Right.
I would like look up fashion shows, and that's, the time I was discovering YouTube, and I would put in, fashion shows. And then one that did come across was Baby Fat. And she was one of the girls that was actually checking for plus size. And that's when I was starting to get into design, because I said I want to create something that is fabulous for plus size girls, because we didn't have that. And I felt
Right.
like I'm like, dude, the fur, the boots, like everything, even though I wasn't seeing really plus on there, that's what I wanted to create. So I would grab inspiration from them. And and that's when America's Next Top Model was all coming. So I was really just soaking everything up like a sponge. And I just remember always going to the store and I couldn't find anything that was actually worth it. And even with Torrid, as things started coming along for plus women, there was still like not enough that I was actually looking for, like like dresses and anything that was innovative. I wanted something that was daring and bold. And
Yes.
I just, I remember, because then I also went to Mount Mary College, and that is where I really started to just be bold enough to say, I'm going to only do plus size and not do any standard clothing. And I just really wanted that light for plus size women, because of course all of us has been called things and all of that, and I wanted us to feel beautiful walking out the door instead of just wearing anything. So I wanted to start that line, and I drawed. I actually, I watched videos back to back, and just to see what I can grab from that inspiration, as well as my own personal style. So I went to, college for it as well, and I studied abroad in Paris, and I've, that was the beautiful part for me, because I got to study something, and take it into my own world. So that was really a big start for me.
Wow, how fascinating. Now, you're answering a lot of prayers. I'll say that for a lot of plus size people. I'm being very honest, because I get it so much, where people are in the inbox, leaving comments about where's the boutiques, where are the designers and all of that stuff, and women just really having the desire, like you say, to leave out of the house feeling beautiful.
Right.
I don't think that we realize or have realized in the past how much what you wear contributes to how you feel.
Exactly.
And it really does. I mean, it's no way around it. Like when I'm not in such a great mood, or like just one of my blah days, you could definitely tell it by the way I'm dressed. So it's like, but when I have something nice to wear, something that fits me just perfectly. You know, it really hides the things that I wanted to hide, and it, you know, show off the things that I wanted to show off. That's a gift. That is a gift. Designers for plus size women are gifts because we have so much going on, you know, as far as just our bodies, you know.
I agree.
Yeah, just wanting to, we have good things that we want to showcase just like everybody else. And just like everybody else, we have those things that is like, okay, I don't necessarily want my arms sometimes to show the hanging. I don't necessarily always want my stomach to show in a certain outfit the
Yeah.
way it is. I want it to kind of like, you know, mask that or make it look beautiful. And that's not an easy thing to do. I will say
Right.
that. So to be able to do that, what I saw, what I posted the other day, I'm like, this is life right here because it's everything that I like. It was sparkly. I don't know, was that a sequin line? Was it sequins?
Yes.
Yes, and I love it.
And I called it velvet cake for a reason because, you know, we're plushy, we got cake, you know, and
Right.
of course there was the velvet and the velvet. And, you know, I thought about like the color and it's, you know, not particularly red, but then you get the picture of it's, you know, like it's velvet cake. And we got all these names for cake and, you know, we got all these names for us, you know, as far as, you know, like how plushy and thick we are. So, I
Yes.
mean, I really studied that concept, you know, going when I was in college as well of, you know, and I went there for 5 years and I just, you know, I took everything that I learned from there as far as the basic wise and I applied it especially to train myself to know what goes good on the plus size body and knows what looks good on what too, especially, you know, I always pick, and they are the lavish jewels, those are my signature models, and there's always a woman out there that looks like them, or there's always a woman out there that's shaped like them, so now they can pick from, okay, well, she has this certain body type, I can wear this, because the
Right.
problem with plus size still is they just put a pear-shaped girl in a bodycon dress, and that still creates insecurity for other women to say, well, I can't wear that. You know, it's that is one thing that I do want to break is to at least show women, plus size women, that are of course wanting to be healthy with themselves, but also to shop and know which body type that they want to shop for, and just
Mm-hmm.
to something be bold and something daring and using bright colors and just putting it out there just to really make the world go round, I would say, because we need
Yeah,
that. I feel like
we
we
do.
really do need that. I just, you know, because then I guess like you could say I was kind of like that rebel in college to just really do plus. Like I was really one of the first ones to just put a plus size line. I had a 3-piece collection and I put a plus size line out there. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if nobody else is going to do it that the way I want to, then I'm going to do it that way. So I remember you sharing one of my other posts before, and I think it was my Barbie collection. It was the plus size Barbies. And I was like, oh my God, this magazine. I'm like, and it was just so, I was like, this is what I was wanting for somebody to, you know, other people to
Yes.
really grasp what my line is about. And people are
And
actually starting to get what I'm about.
and I'm on the hunt. I'm trying to tell you, I'm on the hunt because my audience is hungry. They're hungry for women just like you that's gonna say, you know, I don't see anybody else doing this, so I'm gonna take the initiative and I'm gonna put it out there myself. And that's really what we have to do. We can't expect or wait for anybody to dress us, you know, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of absurd to even think about other designers that make clothes for smaller women to dress us or to understand us or to understand what our needs are. So we do need designers. And I want to point out this too. I definitely feel like it is a plus, no pun intended, for the plus size man and woman to see a designer, spend time with someone that can especially make your clothes. And I know that that can be a little on the pricey side versus going into a
Mm-hmm.
retail store to grab something, but there are benefits to that. The time that I've spent around designers, I've learned things such as what you're saying about the different body types. I've
Yeah.
learned things about the bras and undergarments and how things are supposed to fit and feel, because I'll say this: when growing up, when it came to my body as it grew into being a plus size, because it basically always was. But I also have like a brother and sister that were smaller. So,
Mm-hmm.
at times, I'm the youngest. So by the time my mama got to me trying to get me into certain clothes, she took me to the stores that she was used to going to. She took me to
Right.
the places that, were easily and convenient and according to the price. But as I became an adult and started like just, wanting to, of course, dress myself and find out what's good for me, I felt very blessed to have been around a few designers and know them and kind of pick up some things and I don't know, just learn more about my body, which I don't feel like a lot of times plus size women get the opportunity to do. We're kind of always learning about ourselves through somebody else that don't fit our description, you
Right.
know.
Right. I
And
totally
and
agree.
yeah, so like having these conversations and having someone that is available to answer questions, I really feel like, plus size designers such as yourself have such a good opportunity to really give a lot, give
Right.
a lot. You have a lot of information that people need. If you don't have a YouTube channel or anything, I really encourage you to get that and really just start talking. Start sharing and answering questions, because there's so many questions out there, so many women that want to feel beautiful when they walk out of the door. And a lot of times, because we're dressing ourselves according to other beauty standards, we're not feeling that way. We feel okay when we leave out of the door, but we're not getting that same experience that a lot of other women are getting, because they're having things that are made for them. When the designers are making those clothes, they have the smaller women in mind. They have their body
Right.
types, their body shapes in mind, and it's not. And then we're trying to just fit into it. So
Right. My
yeah.
and I know where, because I know there's another designer that's a friend of mine, and he said you put, and he gets it. He said that I actually put women in clothing, and I know what goes on, what body shape fits what. I don't just throw a piece of fabric on them and say that's plus size, because that's what a lot of people actually do. And it could be designers, it could be boutique people that they don't have the eye for plus size. That's not their interest, or that's not what they were also, really like training themselves to do, because, the smaller woman is always in mind. And, I really study different body types. I really study like, okay, what can look good on this person? Yeah, maybe a two-piece can look good on them, but I don't want to just keep putting them in that. I wanted to make sure that they have a variety. Because they always stick a pear-shaped girl in a bodycon, and that's just it. But I want to show them you can wear this. I want to give a variety. That's why I make them look different in every single photo shoot, from hair to makeup to even changing what type of outfit they may have instead of just a regular dress or whatever, because I want them to get a variety, and I want that message to go out there to other people. So, and especially when it comes to price range, that can be pricey. So I try to make sure that I am in between of course, getting at least the profit for what I did my work on, and also making
Mhm.
sure that that customer is also happy. So I just think we, like, we have a different eye than, the people that's just really actually maybe owning boutiques, and, like saying that they have stuff for plus women, but to be honest, some of them really do not actually know how to dress the plus body, and the same can be for another designer. That's just not their niche. That's not their thing they would want to do. I've dressed smaller women before. I've actually made things for smaller women before, and they've actually came to me and said, I actually want something from you, and that is fine. It's just that it I think I really want my voice to be out there as heard, is that we are here. And I feel like, of course, we have to stick together and really get ourselves out there for plus, because even, of course, the bigger designers are noticing it now. You have Christian Siriano that, of course, is putting stuff out there and noticing that plus size women is actually there. So that's, I feel we just have to really keep pushing for that. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of plus size, designers as well, but they're different demographics, and we're all different. But I feel, of course, I have something that I'm really going to put out there for plus size women to really feel comfortable, because I know some people don't want to show legs or maybe arms, and I used to work at Torrid, so I would kind of push for that, to say, you can wear it, show it. I wouldn't let them walk out looking crazy, but I would have them looking at least, at least
well,
right.
You know what? It's good that you were encouraging them, that because I needed that encouragement at one time, because there was just a time where people would let you know off rip that you too big for that. That's not for you. I can't even describe the number of times that it's been kind of suggested to me or something like that, that no, that's not for you. You know what I mean? Like certain outfits and things like that, or certain tops, especially if you're top heavy or whatever. But that encouragement is needed a lot of times, because so many women have been fat shamed. And so we all need to be loved into like trying new things, and seeing ourselves differently or whatever, besides always just covered up and in long dresses and muumuus and everything. So I'm glad that you did that, and I hope you continue to do that. And I want to do that as well, because the time has come, for us to shine. And you know what, I'm just noticing that I got on my sequin shirt today. I didn't even try to do that on purpose, but I do have on a sequin shirt today, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, so something is happening here.
Yeah, I really encourage women to do that. I encourage women to, you definitely can wear it. Some people are so worried also about color, and I'm like, you can wear that color, definitely. And I do have a YouTube channel. It's still the same, House of Solana, but I do makeup as well. I am a freelance makeup artist. So then I will be putting, like plus size segments on there and asking questions about what women would want to see differently. And I just try to put different fabrics, different colors, things that I am not seeing on plus bodies that can make us look good. And I want to at least have something different, because of course now where there's this huge range of boutiques, everything's that really thinner fabric, and a lot of people aren't looking for that, because they're still like, well, you know what, I don't mind showing this or that, but there are certain things, of course, I still want to look comfortable and nice in. Because I just think too, like what you said, and what you were telling me, everything was a no. Everything was no, that doesn't look right on you. No, this doesn't fit. No, you're too fat for that. And you can say things like, okay, maybe this will work better for you instead of this size, or maybe this top can actually be a little better. Is ways that you can actually, if you're with your friends, to say, well, this can actually work, and give options for that. And that's what I would do. I would give options and tell women that this is okay to wear. And I'm not like just like having, like all your maybe little problem areas showing, but I would make sure that you look presentable like how they did in the line. So I was making sure that I sent that encouragement out there. And I want to do a sequel to that line as well still. And it may still be along the lines of that name, but I still wanted to kind of put maybe like a sequel out there to, give, like just to give like that second thing, because I was like still inspired by it. Now there's another thing I'm inspired by as well with it. So I will be, I'm in the works of that right now. It's a lot of stuff that I have coming up. So I really, really am trying to put it out there for the full figured women as well. And I'm excited about that.
You got to let me know when you drop that new line. I got to show it, because I really did. I mean, I go off of what I see. I'm inspired by what I see when I'm scrolling through social media, and I'm posting what I like. I'm posting the things that stand out, because I want people to see the different things that are going on, the different things that people are trying and presenting to us, and so we could go support. So you all go check out this YouTube page, House of Solana. Go check it out. Did I say it right?
Solana.
House of Solana. Go check it out on YouTube. I'm going to definitely go and follow you as soon as we get off of here or whatever. And, let's look for some other ways that we can definitely collab together. You all are always asking for different designers. Here's one. Go check her out. Go follow her. Real quick, I guess I always like to ask this one question, because a lot of people tend to think that, oh, she's a model, it's easy. Oh, she's a designer, it's easy. What are some obstacles that you've had to overcome in trying to achieve your dream of being a designer?
Believing in myself was the first thing. I had to get out of that rut of not feeling, pretty enough, or to, appreciate my body and appreciate my size. And at 18, my mother made me realize that anyways. She said, if you don't believe in yourself and love yourself, who else will? And I took that. I really took that. And she told me to appreciate that. She said, work with what you have. And I took that. And that's why when I put my things out there, I work with what I have, and I work with the models specifically because they represent my line well. I had to overcome basically being talked about as a plus size woman. Also, even back in college, of people just like, oh, well, they don't care. They wasn't looking for plus size, but I'm making them notice that. And just to get my line out there and really posting and being consistent with it was obstacles that I also had to overcome, because fabric isn't cheap. It's not cheap, and people do not see the inside of what designers really go through of buying the fabric and making the concepts, because I'm really brainstorming and sitting with my book and drawing and writing things. And I'm really like, okay, is this idea great? And how can I do this? So there's a lot of things that I have to, really brainstorm about. And, when I put the lingerie out there as well, I didn't care, because to me, I'm just like, well, why not? Why we can't have something like, we have significant others too. There's women out there that have that. And I overcame of actually putting, like stuff out there that I felt people were going to talk about, but I didn't really care about that. But I really overcame a lot of hurt and self-esteem issues that I've had with, with weight gain, and also just having low self-esteem and not being as prominent. And people would see me on those pictures and was like, oh my God, I wish I was you, or, oh my God, you look so confident. I want your confidence. I'm like, but it definitely took me some time to get there. It took me a lot of time to get to that place where I can be confident, whether I've gained or lost, and still just exude that to show women that this is confidence, and you wear it and you wear it well. And I used to question myself maybe a couple years ago, like, oh my God, sometimes when you have like those down days, and I'm just like, oh my God, can I really feel like this and promote that plus size is beautiful? But yes, I can, because I'm human. And I that's my job. I feel like that is my job to do that. I feel like that is my job. So to overcome just having those hurt and self-esteem and those things that are, being said about you as a plus size woman in general, I overcame that to show that, okay, plus size is not bad. I don't understand why people, you know, feel like that's a bad thing. But it's not, because they're thinking about, oh, you're promoting obesity. That's not promoting obesity. I'm actually promoting clothing with plus size women in that.
I got that too, and I still get that. You know, I've had this magazine for 10 years, and from the very beginning up until recently, you know, I get that. You know, you're promoting obesity, you know, you're promoting an unhealthy lifestyle, and that used to bother me. That used to really weigh on me because I never wanted that to be associated with me or anything that I did. I don't want to promote an unhealthy lifestyle, but it's not about that. And I'm glad, you know, you spoke of your journey and the way that you did, because a lot of things that hold us back is personal. It is having to do with us, you know, and how we feel about ourselves and how we see ourselves. And I went on that same journey, you know, but it is so wonderful when we get to the point where we realize, like, I really do have it. I really do have it going on. I'm sorry that everybody else haven't noticed it. They haven't caught up. They haven't seen it. But what I have to offer, what I have to provide to this world is awesome. And I told you this time was going to go by super quick. We are under a minute. We are under a minute. So drop your hashtag, drop your handle. How can we reach you?
On Instagram, I am House of Solana, which is SOLANA. The same thing with Twitter, the same thing with Facebook. Everything is House of Solana. My personal page, I don't mind. I'm Sasha Walton, and also House of Solana for my YouTube as well.
Good. So you guys check out